It feels like as we are getting closer and closer to the Olympic Games, there has been a lot of negativity coming out from the hockey side of things, largely to do with the current state of the arena over in Milan. And rightfully so, because that is a messy, messy situation, a situation that I don't really want to talk about anymore. The good news is that it does still sound like the NHL players are officially going over to the Olympics, and that is an amazing thing because this is something that we have wanted to see for a very long time, and it's also a very good thing because there have been some amazing Olympic jerseys released that a lot of NHL players will look fantastic in. And as I said at the beginning of 2026, I'm going to try to keep things a little more positive over here. So we are going to be talking about my top 5 favorite Olympic jerseys for this year. And we are going to start off by talking about the honorable mention that I have, and that is Finland. Now, look, I love Finland. That is one of my dream vacation spots to go to, and I've always loved their jerseys. So it pains me to put them as an honorable mention. And while I don't absolutely despise this kind of refresh in a way, and I actually am quite a big fan of them using the dark shade of blue and the lighter shade of blue. I am a big, big fan of the Seattle Kraken's color scheme, logo, all of that. So I actually do like the color scheme for these Finland jerseys. And again, I don't want to have it as an honorable mention, but I think that there are better jerseys in the upcoming Olympics. And in terms of Finland jerseys, I've liked their past ones better. I loved their jersey for the Four Nations tournament. Before then, their previous Olympic jerseys were just kind of okay, but I think of the 2014 Olympics in Sochi, where you had the one white Finland jersey that looked like the Finnish flag. So I have always loved Team Finland's jerseys. I think they are starting to make a comeback after the past two Olympic jerseys really have not been my style. Again, I loved their Four Nations look. I think their look at the World Cup of Hockey was also very, very good. So again, I don't hate these jerseys by any means. I actually really, really like them. But in terms of the competition this year for the Olympics, there are a lot of good ones out there. And in terms of Finland jerseys, they're a little bit lower on my list, but they have the potential to start climbing very, very soon. Getting into the top 5, I have Czechia. Now, this is kind of the tale of two jerseys here because I love that red jersey that they have with the dark blue shoulders. The white jersey, I'm not super sold on because the way that the shoulders kind of run down into the sleeves and they kind of stop right about here, it kind of gives a little bit of t-shirt vibes. But what puts it on this list for me is that red jersey. And I just think the design works a lot better on the red one than it does the white one. And while I don't hate the white jersey at all, it's just some small little tweaks that I would have liked to see that I think would have put it higher on this list. But again, jersey style, colors, it all works for me. Again, there's just some little things about the white version that I'm just not super crazy about. Number 4, this one hurts me to do, but I have Sweden. Now, Sweden jerseys have been some of my all-time favorite hockey jerseys. They have always been amazing, regardless of what tournament, regardless of what age group, regardless of everything. Sweden jerseys always deliver. Their jersey at the Four Nations was probably my favorite jersey, with the little subtle nod on the sleeve striping with the Swedish flag incorporated into it. But in recent years, for whatever reason, they decided to make the yellow a little bit brighter, almost to a borderline highlighter color. Now, that may be a bit of an exaggeration, but when you pair it with the blue that has also over time gotten darker, I think the Swedish look has kind of started to taper just a little bit. And I know a lot of people do have an issue with the shade of blue becoming really, really dark. Me personally, I don't hate the look. I do prefer the old, like, royal blue that they would use, but I don't absolutely hate the navy. I think if they had the proper yellow that Sweden has always traditionally done, I think it would have looked a lot better. So having Sweden at 4 really, really hurts because, again, these have been some of my favorite jerseys of all time because they don't really change. They don't have to change. But when they do change, they always seem to deliver. Number 3, I have Team USA. And you can call it a homer pick, you can call it whatever you want. These jerseys are gorgeous. I did make a video about these jerseys, going a little more in depth on them. So if that interests you, go check that out and then come right back to this one. But these jerseys are absolutely beautiful. I thought the decision to go to these jerseys full time is an absolute no-brainer. But I am a really big fan of when Team USA does use the navy blue, like you can see behind me from the 2016 World Cup of Hockey. I thought their Four Nations jerseys were also very, very good, but with these jerseys, I think of the Team USA World Junior teams from years past winning gold medals. Because whenever Team USA would enter a gold medal game, they would wear originally the white version of this jersey, and in years past they started implementing the blue version a little bit more, and then they just became their full-time jerseys. And I thought, again, it was a no-brain decision. Again, is it a safe option for Team USA to be going with these jerseys as opposed to trying to do something new like we saw Team Canada do? Yes, absolutely, it's a safe pick, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And these jerseys are not broke in any way, shape, or form. So again, I do like when Team USA uses the navy blue. However, the royal blue that they are using right now is just so freaking clean. And it just all works so unbelievably well together. It has to be on this list somewhere. Number 2 on my list, I have Team Germany. These things are beautiful. I love the color scheme of these jerseys. The striping itself is nothing crazy, and they don't need to be crazy when these colors just work so well together. I love how the black jersey has the yellow shoulders. I think it makes the jersey really stand out a lot more than just a typical black jersey does. I like how they don't use a white jersey and they use an all yellow jersey with black shoulders on it. I think that also looks fantastic. This is a scenario where they really didn't have to reinvent the wheel with this one. Because I've always felt like Germany has had some very, very good and very underrated jerseys before in the past. I have always been a fan of what Team Germany usually does with their jerseys, and this year is no different. Again, it's nothing earth-shattering, it's nothing groundbreaking, but it is so well balanced and so clean with those colors just working all together. I think these things are absolutely gorgeous, and they take their rightful place at number 2 on this list. In number 1 on my list, and I'm sure on a lot of other people's lists that you will see, Team Slovakia, who absolutely crushed it this year. Now, Slovakia has been using this style of jersey for quite some time now. But instead of having every line be completely straight and flat and all that, they incorporated the mountain range in it, and I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. This is what I'm talking about with creativity. You could do so much with a hockey jersey, and Slovakia did that. Throughout the course of this video, you may have heard me say that these jerseys are safe or boring or whatever they may be. And Slovakia jerseys have been similar to that in years past. They've always been fine jerseys, but having just these straight lines going across, it's fine. It's a good look. But when you incorporate something like this and you get the mountain range in there, it is absolutely fantastic. And I think it really could open a lot of people's eyes as to what actually could be possible for some hockey jerseys. And not just having one solid stripe going across the shoulders like that, but instead having the mountain peaks and valleys going up and down. Again, it's a fantastic take on this jersey. So this is where I want to hear from you guys. Let me know what your favorite jerseys from the upcoming Olympics are. And also let me know what you think about my list. Do you agree with it? Do you not agree with it? Let me know why you agree or disagree. So as always, leave your thoughts and opinions down below in the comments. And if you do want some extra content, go check out our bio and click the Linktree link. That is the only link in the bio for a reason, and that is because it will take you to all of the other social media platforms that we are currently on. As of right now, we are only on Instagram and X. I will say right off the bat, the X page does get a little more tender love and care because that is how this entire page started in the first place. But I am trying to do a little bit more over on X as well. Over on those two platforms, you can expect just kind of quick little updates on my thoughts and opinions on certain jerseys and saving the more in-depth look at some jerseys over for YouTube. And over on Instagram, you can also expect clips from these videos as well. So again, if you enjoy these videos and you're looking for some extra content, Linktree link in the bio, it'll take you to wherever you want to go. Finally, with all that being said and done, that is going to do it for this video here. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, hit the like button. If you really enjoyed it, hit the subscribe button. Both are free. Both really help out the channel a lot. And of course, if you have made it to this point of the video, I want to say thank you very, very much for taking the time out of your busy day to watch these videos here because it genuinely means the world to me. And as always, stay tuned for more Jersey content coming in the future. We'll see you next time.